Hello, I'm Sri from CBTU. CBTU presents a course on Amazon Web Services, section AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda is serverless computing. You run code without thinking about servers. Pay only for the compute time you consume. Pay only for what you use. AWS Lambda lets you run code without provisioning or managing servers. With Lambda, you can run code for virtually any type of application or backend service. Just upload your code and Lambda will take care of everything required to run and scale your code with high availability. AWS Lambda is under compute. AWS Lambda is under compute. You don't need to manage any servers. Enjoy the benefit of auto scaling. You don't pay anything when your code is not running. You upload your code to AWS Lambda and set up your code to trigger from HTTP endpoints or in-app activity. AWS Lambda runs your code only when it is triggered. On triggering, AWS Lambda runs your code and just pay for the compute time you use. AWS Lambda finds place in real-time processing, real-time stream processing, and ETL, extract, transform, and load. AWS Lambda finds wide usage. It can automatically run code in response to multiple events such as HTTP requests via Amazon API Gateway, modification to S3 objects, table updates in DynamoDB, and state transitions in AWS step functions. These are the key product features, and let us see pricing. The Lambda free tier includes 1 million free requests per month and 400,000 GB seconds of compute time per month. Let us take a demo of AWS Lambda. This is AWS Management Console. Select Lambda under AWS Compute. This is the dashboard of AWS Lambda. So AWS Lambda is running a code without provisioning or managing servers. Let us create a hello world lambda function and then invoke the lambda function using a simple event data. Let us create a function or choose a pre-configured template as a blueprint for your lambda function. There are many from which you can choose to meet your business needs. And we have another option, that is to find and deploy the serverless applications published by AWS and AWS partners and other developers. You can choose from many which suits your business needs. Let us go to blueprints. Let us select Hello World sample application. So we have these many. Let us select Hello World Python. Click configure. So we need to configure the basic information like name and the roles. And this is the function code. Let us give a name. We can choose from the existing roles. So these are the roles we have. Let us select this. We can modify this code later after the creation of the function. Let us click create function. Our function is created. We can modify the code and configuration. We can create a test event to input the test event and test our function. Let us see the code. This is the code. Print some value and key pairs. This is the sample code here, and you can upload a zip file or a file from Amazon S3. For bigger files, it's advised to use Amazon S3. Runtime is Python. If you're comfortable with any of the other runtimes, you can go for it. You can specify a handler, a method, or a function in our code for AWS Lambda to begin executing our code. AWS Lambda provides event data as input to this handler, which processes the event. For this sample code, let us use this handler. We can define environment variables such as key value pairs that are accessible from our function code. These variables are useful to store settings without the need to change function code. We can use tags to group and filter our functions. Tags are key value pairs. Role is an IAM role. It defines the permission of your function. This role must have necessary permissions that AWS Lambda can access, invoke your Lambda function on your behalf. You can choose an existing role or create a new role from templates or custom role. Let us go with existing role. Let it be default memory and the timeout options. So let us go with no VPC or select the default VPC. For this test function, we can go with no VPC, leave debugging and error handling, default, dead letter queue, DLQ resource, leave default none. Let us go with the default unreserved account concurrency, auditing and complaints using AWS CloudTrail logging. Let us leave default. Let us save the changes. Let us configure a test event and test our function. We are creating a test event to trigger our function. We are using hello world template. Let us use hello world template. Give a name and let us change this to, let us give a value to key1 and create. Let us test the event. So it printed the value. Summary, log output, logs generated. We can monitor our function. We can add any of these sources to trigger our function. It can be API gateway, CloudFront, CloudWatch events, CloudWatch logs, Amazon S3 or SNS topic. Let us add S3. Let us click configuration. We'll select S3 bucket that serves as an event source and the event type to trigger our Lambda function. It can be when object is created or when object is removed or any of these subtypes. Let us say when event type is object created in the bucket, test bucket, trigger our test function. Optionally, we can use the prefixes and suffixes to identify the notifications of these triggers. And Lambda will add necessary permissions for Amazon S3 to invoke our Lambda function from this trigger. Enable trigger, click add. In this bucket, when event type is object created, trigger this function. Don't forget to save these changes. Yeah, we have used this bucket elsewhere. So let us create a new bucket. Select S3. Let us create a bucket. Creating Amazon S3 bucket is in simple 4 steps. Let us give a name. The name must be unique across all the names in Amazon S3. Let us use default region. Let us click next. Let us use default options. Click next. Let us use default permissions. Click next. Review. Create bucket. This is the bucket and we can add files. Let us drag this file. Click next. Default permissions. Default properties. Review. Upload. Let us delete this and create a new trigger. Let us select the bucket which we have created and the event type object created, and you can apply optionally prefixes and suffixes to identify notifications from these triggers, and let us click add. Let us save. It's saved. Like this, you can use any of these sources to trigger our Lambda function. Monitoring our function. AWS Lambda monitors our functions and reports the metrics through Amazon CloudWatch. Amazon Lambda tracks the number of requests, latency per request. Metrics are invocations, number of requests, duration, errors and availability, throttles, and these. We can view the related logs in the CloudWatch. View traces in X-ray. AWS X-ray help developers analyze and debug applications. X-ray provides end-to-end view of the request. We can use X-ray to analyze both applications in development, from simple applications to complex microservices applications consisting of thousands of services. We don't have any traces as of now. With AWS Lambda, you pay only for what you use. When we don't need AWS Lambda function any longer, it's a best practice to delete it. Let us select this. We can view details, test, and delete. Click delete. OK, it's deleted. Let us delete another one as well. Done. Just having a function here is not chargeable. It's counted only when it is triggered from external sources. Charges are applied only on the number of invocations requests for this function. These are some snapshots. Thanks for watching.